have this entire state,
Yeah.
which not too many people have. And like when I was in Nagpur, I could not cater to a Pune and a Nasik and a Bombay, yes, but Bombay is different. I could not cater to the other cities in the state. Here, you are getting a chance to cater to Ludhiana, Chandigarh, Amritsar, Fagwara, your whatever tiny cities, towns, and how can you complain?
Yeah.
You're getting a state.
Absolutely.
So no complaints.
Hi guys, welcome to the Balanced Path. I'm Sid.
I'm Veera.
Today we have with us Farah Sanjana.
No.
Did I say it right?
No, but it's fine.
Farah.
Farah. Okay, we're gonna do that again then. Farah Sanjana.
No, it's fine. Seriously, I'm very used to it.
Okay, today we have with us Farah Sanjana,
Yeah.
who has studied at the London College of Fashion. She was Generation Next designer in 2011 at the
Yeah.
Lakme Fashion Week, and she has done 8 runway shows since. She's a proud resident of Jalandhar, which we'll
I'm
get.
very happy to be. Really.
And it's so good that you're here, and thank you for coming here, Farah.
I'm
Thank
so
you for
grateful.
coming.
I'm so happy to be here.
So
I can see Farah's blushing.
Farah's blushing, and
That's
like
rouge, yeah. Blush, I got dressed up.
my stomach is honestly hurting because we've been talking for the last 10 minutes. And
I
Farah's
wish
been-
that was recorded.
I know, right?
Seriously, there's too much juice
Too
given out.
much laughter happened, and
Stomach's hurting.
Stomach's
Jaws
hurting.
hurting.
So, first question to you is like, what was childhood for you like, and where was childhood for you?
So it's crazy. Like, I'm an absolute cocktail of sorts. I was born in Delhi. I was brought up in Nagpur. I studied in Bangalore. Then I moved to London. I studied there, worked there, lived there, never wanted to come back. And then I moved, literally catapulted myself to Punjab, like the wild, wild west. But it's been great. It's just been so good.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
So, Punjab, how was it after Nagpur? Like, was it like
See, Nagpur, I was there while I was growing up. So it was cool. I didn't know any better.
what about after London? Like, was
After
it like big
London,
shift?
when I came here, so ignorance is bliss. I knew nothing about Punjab. Nothing. So when I came here, I was like, how bad can it be? And like, but it wasn't. Like, I came here really young and I started like, like making the most of things. Everyone here is so full of life and crazy. So I'm a Parsi and Punjabis are so much like Parsis, like crazy, full of life, can't stop talking, wanna eat, wanna go out. I'm that. So I'm like, wow, this is me. This is my calling, no problem. And everyone's just been so warm. It's like I actually restarted work here. So I could say like I started everything from Punjab and Jalandhar. So no complaints. Yeah, people have been kind. People have been accepting. In the beginning, they were a bit wary of this girl. Who is this person who's come from London? Will she be able? The whole test was, will she last? Will she last? And look, I'm here. People have run away. I'm still here. But no, I love Punjab, and like there's so many cities here, everything's so interconnected. Like I know such lovely people now. I met you randomly. Like
Right.
we've trained together, we've partied together, and it's just been really nice. People have been accepting of things,
Right.
and I don't know. They've been kind. I'm
People
grateful.
have been-
I'm grateful to be here.
Okay. So what made you go to Bangalore studying? But like, were you in a boarding?
I was in a boarding,
Okay.
and so my mom's like she's a freelance journalist,
Okay.
and she knows her daughter. Okay, like I did CBSE till 10th, and okay, Hindi, maths, and science, and all. I was really good at everything. Hindi was like wow, terrible, and maths, you can imagine. So I'm a creative person. So after that, my choices were commerce and science.
Right.
And I got into a science, like state board college after that, 11th, 12th. And I was going to do physics, chemistry, maths. This is what I was going to do after
Acha.
10th. Yeah, I was
Okay.
actually going to do this. And I was like, no, why not? And I'll do it. Yeah, I got 99 in bio. Physics, chemistry almost flung, but I'll do it.
Do it.
With math. My mom was like, this is not happening. She was like, I've researched about these IB schools. At that time, there were just 3 in India.
Right.
And she was like, you're not doing this. You're going there. My mom sent me to the international school, Bangalore. Best decision of my life.
That's very cool.
Best
That's-
decision of my life. I mean, it just opened every door for me. I met
Right.
the best people who are
Right.
now scattered all over the world. it just changed me as a person. It gave me the avenue that I wanted to go into. It gave me a path to do that. I could take higher level art, history, English, things that I'm good at.
Right.
And math was at a low level. And by the way, I was the best at math there because it was at such a low level, and Hindi and bio, and people were like, wow, who's this brain box who's come? I was like, it's M3. That's why I kept quiet. But guys, you want to do IB? Take math, lower level, and if you've done CBSE, I'm topping these 3 subjects.
Oh my God.
After almost like flunking math in CBSE.
Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah, good times.
So good decision.
Unbelievable. Best decision of my life was Bangalore. It like changed everything for me.
Right. Right.
I'm just imagining Farah like not being in those IBs and like actually studying physics,
very
chemistry,
very
maths,
studious
and
though.
like what would you have
Listen,
done?
I was very studious. I was school
were?
captain in Nagpur and in this place also. Bangalore, I was like yellow house captain. Come on, I'm
Oh my God.
not only into fashion.
No, but I think that you can see even now, like you're like a go-getter, like you get things done and you're very on top of things. You're very organized. You have like even while I was talking to you yesterday, like she has like this entire thing I sent you, like a pack of
Yeah,
things.
very
the
like-
method in my madness. Some people don't agree. Some people agree with the way I work. But then
Right.
I'm a creative person, and creative people, some of them are all over the place.
Yeah.
If I was going to be like in one line, I should have taken like business management.
But you
I did.
creatively are like organized. I feel like you have a system and a way, and then you work
There's a
according to.
system in my
Yeah.
madness. People can't, very few people survive. So the ones who come work with me, like interns and like managers and all of that, they have to like find their way in that madness. Otherwise, they're like, what's going on? Like, what is going on? There's no like order of anything happening here. Everything is like, I was like, if you don't know how to multitask, you will not last with me. This is very important. This is the first question in my internship interviews or any job interviews. It's like, you will get to design last.
Do you say it like that with your smile?
Very evil. So you will get to design last. If you're coming here because you want to design clothes, I don't design clothes either. Like immediately, I do that. That's like the last process.
Right.
Everything else is what matters. Designing is the easiest part. When you've got your stuff sorted,
Right.
that's the easiest part of it all.
Right.
But the process towards it is hell. And especially now with fast fashion, where people come to you, अच्छा नया क्या है अब अभी बनाया यार auntie please. I just died making this. Like my brain can't work so much. But people are like, because of like consumers, like like it's great as well.
Right.
But it's tough for
it's
like
tough.
people who like you. I make 4 collections in a year.
Right.
Each one, I mean, try to be like as unique, as original as possible. Like we do it, we draw all our inspiration from actual research. We don't use the internet. Whenever I start a new collection or make a new collection, there's no internet or anything, no references allowed. You have to literally be thrown out into the field to find inspiration. You find
Right.
it from a rock, you find it from a flower, do whatever, but you can't use the internet. Like I don't allow it. So I'm just saying, like, there's a lot
of
that
time.
goes into making a new original collection. And I'm a print designer. I specialize in prints and surface textiles. Even that just magically happened in Jalandhar. I was never a print designer.
Wow.
So I'm saying a lot of good stuff's come out of Punjab. I think the craziness, Punjab brought out this crazy side of me with like Technicolor and all of that. And I love it.
That's pretty cool.
I want to go into the process a little bit, but
Yeah.
before that, I still have a question from your childhood, going
Yeah.
back to
Yeah,
the child Sanjana. So, what was like? How and when did you decide that I want to be a fashion designer? Was it like that? Was there a moment, or was it like a gradual thing that you were very creative and you eventually went into that field?
I don't. There was a point when I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Okay.
There really was a point. But
Love.
I'm glad that was shattered.
Shattered by?
Like, my
Like-
parents were just like,
What was the
what's
reaction?
going on? You want to do science, physics, chemistry, but we know you. You know what you want. Before every math exam, I'd be like, I can't go. I have fever. I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling it. My mom was like, it's okay. Puke at the exam. I'd go. I'd cry and I mean, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Maths was like
Trauma.
trauma.
Anxiety.
Trauma. In fact, I had such great teachers. They used to ask me, "Beta, sab theek hai? Like, you know, what's the problem? Is there a problem at home?" I was like, "There's zero problem at home. I think that's why. That's why I suck at math." But no, what were you asking? Yeah, when did I realize?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? I've always wanted to be a designer. I've
Okay.
always been into design. I've always been into art. It comes from my mom, though.
Is it? How
My
come?
mom's super creative. My mom used to design when she just got married, you know, like it's so sweet. Like they used to like make ends meet. She used to do furniture design. She used to design clothes for kids. She used to design jewelry.
Right.
All the jewelry like that I have, my mom has actually put together like all
Wow.
the jewelry. We've not like just bought pieces. She puts together stuff. She's been always like a very creative person. She writes beautifully. She's written like endless articles, essays for me as well in school.
Okay.
Proofreading everything. What is this? Are you my daughter? Are you my daughter? And yeah. So anyway, and my dad's always been like into. He used to work with the Tatas, typical Parsi, work with the Tatas,
Of course.
and of course, and then after that, he's also into like mad history and like he's like almost like a walking, talking encyclopedia. So like I've grown up with a lot of influence from my dad being a Parsi. My mom's half Punjabi and half South Indian, by the way.
Oh.
No one knows this. So my
Okay.
mom bursts out into Tamil randomly, and my nanny is like, "Why aren't you learning Tamil? Why aren't you learning Tamil?" I'm like, I cannot learn so many languages. I'm very bad with languages. I know English, very happy. I know Hindi, very happy. Now everyone's like, Punjabi nahi aati, Punjabi nahi aandi, Punjabi nahi aandi, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, little assi tusi is happening there at work, but like that's it. I can't. I feel shy. Contrary to the fact that people think I'm like really out there, I'm a very shy person and I can also be very quiet.
Right.
There are lots of times when people like meet me, like only my close friends know this. Like they're like, yeah, you've got this resting bitch face, pardon my French, but and then you just become a recluse and you don't talk when you don't want to. So that side of me, people don't know. They only know this. Hey,
Like happy, like
stop
all.
talking now. You love talking now. You love talking a lot. I'm like, I want to tell people about myself in my life. Who is it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so it gradually happened, like you always knew, and I
I
think the
knew.
inspiration really kind of when you see your parents do something creative, maybe
Right,
not in that
right.
specific field,
Yeah.
you kind of tend to, because mentors is equal to parents, right? You
No, for
look-
Yeah.
sure.
And talking about mentors, did you have like particularly have certain mentors, like maybe inspirational or like one
Somebody you looked up to when
My
you
mother,
were
for sure, my parents, but my mom for sure. She's really been a big influence in my life when it came to fashion and anything creative. After that, when I went to London, when I studied in at London College of Fashion, so I was working and interning with Vivienne Westwood. I think more than college, if I tell my dad this, like you should have just sent me for an internship. You wasted 4 years of money. But yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But the internship, the amount I learned in those like 3 months there,
Right.
I mean, it was insane. I went for London Fashion Week. I went for Paris Fashion Week. I was like chilling with like making clothes for like Alice in Wonderland when Anne Hathaway. There were so many like different things. We were making clothes for them in this main head office in the UK in London, and I still remember. I've always been someone who finds it very tough to like work for somebody. So this was always working for someone, and like I had to go like 1 hour away from my house, change one train, one tube, one cab, one this, one that. Reach work on at a particular time. In
Right.
fashion, there are no hours.
Right,
There are no
right.
hours. I mean,
Yeah.
now we regiment things. Now everything's become so like strict and politically correct and all of that, which is great. But the thing is, there are no hours in fashion, and
Right.
if you're actually someone who's creative, you don't want those hours. You want to continuously do something creative and keep
Absolutely.
working. So like we would work for Paris Fashion Week, and I was like this young kid, and in the beginning when I went there, I was the only Indian there at the internship and at work, and there was just like Germans and one Indian, and I entered my first day of work, and Vivienne Westwood, she like chucked this banana from the other end of the room, and there was a lot of abuses being hurled at one another, but this is fashion. You will get told off.
Right.
And I entered and I was like, oh my God. Am I
What
going
is
to last?
happening?
Am I going to last? And because in fashion, like things go wrong. Like, you know, and you have to sort it out immediately. You know, what's stage B? What are you going to do? So, I mean, I was like, okay, I need to survive this. Survived it, thankfully. Learned so much. Learned upcycling from Vivienne Westwood. I give complete credit to that design house, because when I first came there, I was also in charge of like just organizing scraps,
Right.
literally.
Okay.
Like I was like this little scrap manager.
Scrap picker.
Going through.
Little scrap manager, and just
Right.
like taking like big toiles, like big samples, making them smaller, seeing what can be used from the kachra, whatever. And I have completely used this process in my work. We don't throw anything. Like my staff is like, ma'am, please, can we chuck this? Like it's like dying here. There might be something growing out of that bag. So I'm like, no, not at all. No one touches anything. But then I'll come one day, like, scrap lady, queen scrap lady, and I'm just like, let's check what's inside. But you have no idea how much good stuff I make out of scraps. The best things I have designed out of scraps. People have loved it. Like I've started an entire upcycling line out of scraps and out of like also designer dust bags. This happened during
Right.
lockdown.
Yeah.
So like using like, you know, things that are not really like very important that you chuck or whatever, and then recreate them and make something really fun and inventive and unique, and people are really loving this. That's why I'm literally creating another line based on this.
The upcycling line. That's
But it
Yeah,
all,
that's
it
very
all
cool.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it's all stemmed from my stint at Vivienne Westwood. So it was good. Dude, I also designed for like Anne Hathaway, Kim Cattrall during the Sex and the City thing. Then, I mean, I was so young. And then we went for like London Fashion Week. And then there was Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, Janet Jackson. And I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, I have to go for the after party, you know, for the London Fashion Week after party. And then one of the models was really kind. She was like, I'm not going, you go. I can't even tell you, I was so elated. I don't think I went alone. There was no one, because no one got the passes. I
Right.
went alone there, and I was just like this dumbstruck fashion student. Like I was just like, oh my God,
wow.
this is where I want to be.
Wow.
And that high and that adrenaline rush, like of just walking down the ramp after your runway show, I think that's what every designer, I can speak for a lot of them, this is what we live for. Just that walk at the end of the show. So like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
It's
sounds.
crazy.
It
I
literally
can't.
sounds like a movie and a dream.
Yeah.
Like I literally imagined the whole process like of Farah like behind the scenes and then going for this fashion
Dude,
party
it's so
and then
emotional.
emotional.
Like you know, like when you actually end up walking and you're like, can I walk?
And especially when
Crying
you
in the background.
when you're in
mess, crying, looking at my stuff, crying, and my friends like, dude, you need to walk, like sort your face out, like what's going on? You look like a demon right now. Sort it out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
No, especially at that, you know, when you're in college, everybody's dying to get that internship, and then you have that internship and you live through that internship. I feel like it is something. It's
Yeah, and people really need to know this. Like, you know, like you don't get internships very easily.
Yeah,
like,
you
I
don't.
must have been 100, 200 like phone calls, and must have given out my CV. Like I can't even tell you how many times get rejected left, right, center, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? You know, things are a little easier now. Like colleges are really good. They give you placements and stuff. But it's not, it wasn't that easy. Like jobs and all, nothing was easy. Like I remember I sent out my CV to like 150 different firms, and must have made like 200 calls, and then I went back and like got 3 placements.
Oh.
I mean, it's not been
It's
easy.
very hard.
It's
It
not
is
easy.
very-
You
it's
can
not
be
easy.
great and all. Like
Yeah.
the colleges, of course,
Yeah.
it's amazing when you study with like a good college. No, I think it's unrivaled, London College of Fashion and fashion in the UK. It's really great. But I'm just saying, you have to put in the work. You can be brilliant, but if you don't put in the work, no one's going to see you. No one's going to care.
right.
And there are too many like little now, like say at Fashion Week, that like people don't venture out of Fashion Week to find great students or great
you have to
designers.
put yourself-
You're in the pool, So if you don't get into Fashion Week, unfortunately, they might not spot you unless you've really been spotted, or you've been cherry picked from somewhere, or you've been like hunted and like put into some like magazine or something. You might not be seen even if you're brilliant. So it's sad sometimes, and that's the reason why, you know, like I don't have that much space, and we have a medium sized team, but like I do try to give as many internships as possible.
Right.
I do try to like, you know, help out, and because I know the importance of an internship in real time, as opposed to like say 4 or 5 years of grueling studying. That on time field experience you only get at work, because I to throw my stuff into work on the first day. I'm like, you're in the deep end, babe.
Enjoy. You're
I'm
in
not
for the
gonna
ride.
mince my words and all. You're in for a ride. So yeah, but if you survive it, you come out so strong. You don't make mistakes when you start your work. I have so many like people who have like started working after interning with me, and you know, like those mistakes that you make, the teething period, it's lessened. It's lessened by a
Absolutely.
lot.
Agreed.
When you intern and when you do stuff, and when you come in and actually want to like gain experience.
Right.
So it's good. It's give and take, and I like to give back. Because I mean, I've learned, I've done so much, I've got experience, I've worked, but I worked for it as well. But now I like to give back, and you know, like tell everyone, you know, like it's possible, and you know, like if you don't like it, also don't do it. Don't
Right,
do
you can
things
al-
you can't do.
Right,
You know?
right.
So I have a question here, since like, and I strongly believe this, we've talked about this, that a lot of like sectors of let's say a lot of things are now being taken over by online,
Yeah.
like education, especially like finance. You can sit at home and learn online, and
Yeah.
you can, you know, have that experience. Particularly for like, let's say, fashion designing, is it going to be possible for you to actually sit at home and do this online, or is that hands-on experience very important?
I'm from a very different school of thought. For me, it's hands-on all
Yeah.
the way. Like, you know, when even lockdown, people were like work from home and all. I didn't do anything related to fashion from home. I became a chef. I mean,
I remember that you
I
were
went
cooking
mad.
every day and
Yeah.
making like these really fancy
yeah,
dishes.
because I was like, oh, I need to design food
Oh, so
and
you were kind of
plates. So I went mad cooking. I couldn't do anything in fashion. You cannot. For you to like be able, you need to touch, feel, see. I am from that school of thought. I cannot sit behind a desk and learn stuff like that online. It doesn't stick, first of all. So for me, for fashion, this is my opinion, but everything now is online and everything is done like, but you know, like a lot of kids were like studying online during COVID, and they came to me for internships after that, as opposed to ones who actually went to uni properly and came to me as interns. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
There's a big difference. It's like heaven and earth, like hell.
So there are industries which are
Absolutely
hands-on. You just
hands-on.
have
I
to
think
be
if
there.
it's business and stuff, you can.
Yeah.
But if it's so creative, I feel like there's a lot of like you know, like creating designs and like feeling textures and like
how can you explain that online? How
yeah,
can
you can't
how do you, I mean, represent what you wish to create through your mind and then bring it out in the real world? How do you do that online? You cannot.
I think the business side of it you can learn
Yes,
probably online, how
for sure.
to sell it, how to bring it out there, but to actually, like you said, feeling the
Feeling.
texture. I mean,
But
think
I
that's
never
possible.
studied business. I have zero business background. My father was not exactly a typical businessman. He used to work at Tata's. But I'm just saying, like, that whole business acumen part of it all was from here, when I came here and realized, you know, like, you need to know.
Oh, but you're passy now. It's in the blood, so you don't have to
The
learn.
blood, yeah, dhanda. But I learned like business, finance, all of this stuff on the job. I mean,
Right,
you learn it on
right.
the job, or you're done. It's
absolutely.
swept away. So I've learned it on the job. I won't say that I'm like that shrewd still, but I am doing like a couple of like little online courses and all to like improve my skills, and always trying to upgrade skills. But I have no formal business education.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all like
Learned on the
accumulated
job.
on the job.
I think that's how you actually learn
You really learn on the job.
on the
honestly
job.
speaking.
Otherwise, like just study. Like I studied business, but till you actually read or reading
Yeah.
and like physically practicing it is
It's
very
different.
Very
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But with I've met a lot of people here, like really, like in Ludhiana and all of these people I've met, like everyone's so crazy about business. Like there's no other avenue.
Topic.
There's no other
Another
topic. I mean, I've become a little bit of a.
I feel like to like keep up with the conversations,
Yeah.
you need to know a little bit to like.
Yeah, my mom was like, "You become a baniya parsi."
What a combination of a funny.
Yeah, why not? Add more. Anyway, I'm a mix of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, add more. I said, yeah, I am.
Nice. I actually want to get into the process of like how you come up with, say, a line or a design. Like, how does it start? Like, do you have like you said, you do 4 collections every year. So there's a designated time of when you want to start and end, right?
Yeah.
So what is the process like? Can you take us through that?
Yeah. So I do summer winter and then I do 2 sub collections, smaller ones in the middle between them, because everyone's like नया next नया प्रिंट कब आएगा, अगले हफ्ते आएगा, अभी आएगा, अच्छा नया प्रिंट लाओ, अब कल बनाया बट परसों चाहिए नया प्रिंट. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, kill me. But for those people,
You have a sub collection.
I have sub collections, and everyone, you know, like everyone can't stomach prints. Everyone like does not like only print, or doesn't like only like say solids, or someone likes little subdued stuff. So I've like actually like become a chameleon of sorts now. Like I do what people want as well, I do what I want as well, because everyone needs to be happy. Like if someone says, you know, like get into insane just bridal, like I'm very impatient. I can't wait for 2 months to see my lehenga. I will drive everyone bonkers. Like I will be like, jaldi, like
Abhi
I
dekhna
want to
hai.
see it now. And they're like, we cannot take it out of the adda. My staff is like, even yesterday I came, I said, take it out of the adda right now. I need to see it. I can't wait. I have zero patience. So like for that sort of thing, I have a team that, you know, can handle that part where I don't even get into it till like something is there to see. Otherwise,
Right.
there'll be like 3 dots done, and I'm like, this is taking time.
Okay, Farah, so can you take us through the process of how you design a line?
Yeah. So basically, like I picture everything. Like we'll be talking, I might picture this pen, I'll picture this like bin bag or whatever that is, and so like I'll just picture everything. My phone is never with storage. I can have as much storage anyway, but I need like space. So when I start designing a collection, I start going through my phone because I travel a lot.
Right.
And that is one thing, like some people, I've been lucky to have the luxury of that, but I choose that life in the sense I make sure, like if I have to choose between buying like say I don't know, luxury goods or something and traveling, I'll go for traveling. Because that in turn helps me design, that in turn helps me sell, that in turn it basically it just sorts everything out for me in life. And I'm a person who loves, like, you know, culture, people, places, and for me that's my inspiration, that's my religion.
Right.
People, places, cultures, that is what I live by. So for instance, I couldn't really travel too much like a couple of months ago, like to get like really valuable inspirations. But I had gone to Vienna 2 years ago. So I go to museums. I really visit museums. I go to art fairs. I go to food markets. I go to, you name it, I'll go for anything. I have gone for business meetings. I've gone for financial, like investor meetings. Everything I go for, because you meet people there from every field.
Right.
And so I take a lot of interest in, like, you know, like meeting people, because you learn so much from just people's experiences. That is enough for you to actually design a new collection. So my new collection was basically based on like different aspects of my home in Nagpur.
Oh.
Literally my house in Nagpur. My mom, I've grown up with a very European influence, and a very like Parsis have a lot of Western British culture in their homes.
Right.
I think we are more British than the British. It's a problem. It's a problem. Okay. So like my father still will sit and like he'll have his like first course soup, main course, dessert, and then like tea or whatever, and then he'll sit for like after 8 and all. I'm like, what is this? Give me a bowl. I'm like, give me a bowl. And I'm like, everything is in one khichdi and one bowl, and I'm like eating. He's like, what is this behavior? This is not how we eat. Where's your napkin? I'm like, where's your bib? Like, what's going on? No, so anyway, so like different aspects in my house. So we've got like these beautiful ornate frames. Then my mom comes from a political family. So my mom's grandfather was a second speaker of parliament. Okay. So he had a lot of like beautiful things given down from like Mao Zedong's time and like different dignitaries. And he was like the governor of Ranchi and stuff at that time. So my mom has grown up running around in Raj Bhavan and all, like nut case behavior. And like, so it's been pretty crazy. My nani used to work with the UNICEF and like she was the head of National Commission of Women. My sister now works with the UN. I'm only like the crazy one in fashion. So so basically like, so there were these beautiful like these Chinese influenced tea sets and urns and like cabinets and Burano, all this blown glass, cutlery, crockery and all of this. And all of this has been used for my new collection, which I've called Feels Like Home. And you can see it there, like literally you can see it there. Like there are like frame prints in gold foil, which I learned how to do, foiling and stuff like that. We introduced a different type of print texture, not only digital printing. Then there are like we do like a lot of hand cut leather, like everything is cut by hand, you know. Like I really am a little old school. I need to like actually mechanize a little more. Like I thought, you know, we need to get into laser cutting and all now, but I just love getting things done by hand. So we've got these teacups, pots, saucers, and like, you know, spoons and stuff, which we have made capes with them. And very interesting like usage of like print in terms of like a lot of like flora, fauna. A lot of Chinese influence has a lot of white and blue,
Right.
birds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've like introduced those type of colors. So it all stems down to research. And if your research is strong and if you really believe in like say a particular sort of a motif or a design, you develop that, and over time you know how to do it. I've done like a few collections, so you know how to do it. You develop it and then you make it stronger and stronger by working on it. So you're asking me how many collections. So the main collection would be like a 16 to 18 piece line that I make, and then I break that down and do an offshoot of that as the sub collection.
Right.
Okay, and yeah, so that becomes like 2 collections, and then of course you create another winter wear. And then actually having said that, then we do Indian separately. I do Indo-Western. I'm launching men's in August. I'm launching kids wear in August. I never thought I would. I never thought I'd even do Indian. In the beginning when I came to Jalandhar, I was like, I can't do Indian. It's not for me. Then I was like, sorry.
Then
I take that back.
Then the Bania Parsi kind of feels like
I take that
wedding
back. I was
industry.
like, when in Rome, guys, when in Rome. And then, so I was like, now I'm like,
बहुत बढ़िया।
surely, let's do this.
But I've heard like the Indian fitting is amazing. Huh?
It
Like
is.
it's really
It is. You can put on 10 kgs, you can still wear that sari. Seriously.
Yeah, like on the contrary, where Farah was like in nahi karna, everybody's like the fitting is amazing. Like it's absolutely insane.
No,
So-
like I really take pride in my fits because I mean, I've always struggled with being fit all my life. So I'm like, okay, if this is not happening, what else can we do? Hide. So like chameleon vibes. So like queen of camouflage. I can sort that out if you're in a little trouble. But
So Farah, like I'm gonna like this is all like French to me because in designing you probably know more about this. So
no, everyone knows.
So you find an inspiration, like you described, like your home was your inspiration. Then what is the next step? Do you draw? Do you like
Everything, yeah.
just like क्या होता है उसके बाद?
Everything. You draw, you take pictures, you pull pictures out, you print out stuff, you like scribble. I'm not someone who, like everyone now works online. I'm telling you, I'm from the dark ages, I think. I still will be scribbling in some book.
Like you
writing.
use
When I go for like long trips and I have to set work for someone, I'm scribbling work. Tailor's name, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ye banana hai, ye banana hai, ye banana hai. I will do that because it doesn't register. Like I'll drive like I'm just like, bring your copy or bring your register, and my staff is like, ma'am, we'll write it in notes. Gen Z, right?
yeah.
Ma'am, we'll write it in notes. And you're like, okay. I was like, याद कैसे रहेगा ऐसे? Will it register in your freaking khopri? They're like, yeah. I don't know any better, right? So I'm just like, okay, fine. And but it's fun. I mean, I've got so many like interns and stuff, and they're like all Gen Z and insane. And it's fun with them. I've learned a bit of nonsense.
Nice. I think
As
yeah, we need to get hold of technology because it's the future.
No, I mean, of course I do in terms of work.
But yeah, scribbling
like-
is
but
something.
yeah,
you
but
need
I
But
to
then
do.
I need my like
Like, you need
doodling
to
and
do it.
writing, and like it helps.
Because I think some people like really do it on like an iPad. I think they.
No, you at the end you need to design online only. How else do you do it? You have to do it online on all your Corel and Photoshop and stuff like that, like prints. But the thing is, the print can be developed by hand first, then
And then you
rendered
put it-
online.
Right.
So that's how we do it. Because like there's a lot of like chores out there who are copying my stuff.
Really?
Left, right and center. I went to one of the fabric stores and they're like, ma'am, ये बहुत चल रहा है. I'm like, what चल रहा है? दिखाओ दिखाओ क्या चल रहा है. My print.
My God.
My
Wow.
print was being sold to me and I'm like, अच्छा है, दे दो, पूरा दे दो. I went and bought it.
Acha.
Like, no one's having
Where
this
was
rubbish.
I mean, was it in
I'd
Punjab?
rather not.
Punjab,
Yeah, it was in
you can say,
Punjab.
na? Okay.
It was in Punjab. Selling me my own print, I was happy actually. Honestly, I was happy. But it was my seahorse print, which is like really like it's become really popular. But the poor seahorse was really like malnutritioned looking. But I was like, it's still nice.
So
I
you
was
were like, नहीं मैं ही
I was
रखूंगी.
like,
कोई
very
और नहीं
nice.
पहनेगा.
कोई और नहीं पहनेगा. He was like, but ये बहुत चल रहा है मैम, बहुत चल रहा है. I was like, तीसरा कलर कहाँ है? दो
वो
ही
भी
है
दे
इधर,
दो.
दो ही है. तीसरा नहीं कर रहे हैं, पिंक. वो भी चल रहा है.
But did you tell him that?
He got to know.
Acha.
He got to know.
It's fun.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very
It's fun.
I think Farah has really interesting like incidents in Punjab. Like I feel like it's like कुछ और ही आज जा रहे हैं हम बाहर कुछ लेने and then something.
It's
और-
Adventure Island.
It's
I'm
adventure.
telling you, Wild Wild West, Texas. This is it. This is it. Guns, everything. This is it. I'm telling you, like, but I think I was meant to be here because even before like this whole, so my best friend's a Sardarni. Sorry, my best friend's a Sardarni. I feel like my whole life, I think I was like friends with her because she prepared me
to be
for
here.
this journey.
for Texas.
Yeah, and she's come here now and she's like, it's too different. It's too different. It's too different. I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's so chill. And I am telling her, what's wrong with you? What's the problem? No, it's different. I'm not able to find my chicken tikka roll here, the one in Nagpur. I was like, land of tikkas. I don't know what to talk about. Like, really. I mean, everything's about like. But on the contrary, there's a lot of vegetarian stuff here as well,
Yeah, there
which
is.
isn't a problem. But I was a bit shocked.
No, a lot of people
are
are
vegetarian here.
predominantly vegetarian
Yeah.
here. Contrary to what people believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And very like, not as crazy as they think they are. People are like, oh my God, everyone's crazy in Punjab. I'm like, no, they're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as crazy as you think. And there's a lot of veg stuff happening. So I was like, in the beginning, I'm a hardcore non-vegetarian, but I've started eating a lot of like, I eat everything, honestly. You can give me Loki Tenda for lunch and I'll be like, it's fine. And you give me salmon for dinner, it's fine. Everything's fine for me.
So you're not a fussy eater.
No, but you can't give me that weird stuff that people eat here, vadiya and all that. I mean, I won't touch. I don't understand that thing.
Maybe 10 years down the line.
Never.
Yeah, maybe you'll be
Never.
like enjoying
Because
your
I'm
buddies.
just like, what is this though? Is this actually food? It looks like something which has been dried for a really like the apocalypse. That you can put Maggie ke saman, garam pani dalo and this fungi will grow and become something terrible. I'm like, what is this? I eat everything except that when it's made at home, I'm like, McDonald's.
I was showing you a video on Badiya just yesterday.
What is this vadiya and all these dried things, like
Pakode.
preserved, dried Stinky.
Getting ready for the apocalypse, na? You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know.
Imagine, thank God, during COVID I started cooking, otherwise I'd have to eat that I think for the 2 years. Badhiya khao beta. Thank God I decided, okay now, guys, the chef has arrived. Everyone scram. Go to bed. No one enter the kitchen because it became work, dude. It became work. It was stressful. I'd wake up. I would sleep so much. I would wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, what are we cooking? What are we cooking? What am I making? And then I would go into the kitchen and I would make all these like tiny things. And everyone in my house is like, you know, Punjabi household, they need food. And I'd be like, okay, here's your prawn cocktail. Then after that, here's your whatever, chicken or whatever, but tiny. Like designed like, mountain of like food. But very tiny. And they were like, acha, now? I'm like, dude, make your other stuff then. This is it. Dessert. This much. This is it. You're getting this. And there came a point when no one, dinner had stopped being cooked in my house. There came a point, I was like, this is stress. This is stress. I cannot do this, cook for 5 people. Are you serious? I called my mom up. I was like, listen, teach me how to make, I can't make dal and like Indian food. Like, I can't make crazy like Indian food. If you tell me, make me like beans sabzi tomorrow, I'll be like, I'll try. But I learned how to make tea in COVID because like my entire house had COVID and there was no one there except me.
Farah, that's a big feat you kind of accomplished.
You don't understand. I know. It was
big.
stressful. I stopped going to work 2 days because I had to like make tea and like give breakfast and all. Never entered the kitchen. Namak kahan hai, salt kahan hai, sugar kahan hai, chai patti kahan hai, usme ye dalna hai, wo dalna hai. I'm like, what is this? Just tea bag and milk, dude. I can't do this. Like, I cannot.
Then
And
it was tea bag and milk or proper
tea.
Proper
I
tea.
mean, I felt like I have accomplished, like, forget about whatever I've done.
Queen
I can
Sanjana
make
has
tea.
arrived.
Tea? Wow.
Yeah. But tea is a big thing in
Yeah,
like
I also feel like
I
the
know.
household,
There are
everybody-
fights in my store
I'm
if
sure.
the tea isn't proper.
has to be like
And
A
I'm like,
certain
what's the
taste, yeah.
problem? I'm like someone who will take a tea bag and like have it and keep refilling hot water in it. And people look, and I take hours to finish my coffee, like hours. So it's like hot, cold. People are like, what is this?
I
Where
can
we-
see that.
Yeah, I take
can
hours.
see
I
that.
take hours.
I can see that.
I take hours. Not food, but coffee, I take hours.
Achha, Farah, talking about stress, huh? How do you like fashion designing is a stressful field like
Very, yeah.
you were talking about. Like, how do you manage stress? Do you have like a way? Do you meditate or do you like read? Do you
I'll tell
what do
you.
you do?
Is it talking?
Patience
Okay.
is key. Okay, so I go once a year, like religiously, to a wellness spa. I go
Okay.
once a year. This I do for myself. There are 2 things I do for myself. This is one of them. And it's a thing. Me and my mom go. And we go to all different ones in India. They're like really cool ones. There's one called Pema in Vizag. There's one called Atmantan in Pune. There's Jindal in Bangalore. Then there's Vana. There are lots of them. Very nice one. And now it's become a thing. I've been
Right.
going since like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
And once a year I go. It is like life changing for me. Like it's unbelievable. I started off going in the beginning because I was like a little piggy in the beginning. But now it's become a lifestyle change for me. And I
Right.
just go there, dude. It resets your body. It resets your mind. You don't realize how stressed out you are. Even if you feel you're not stressed out, you realize how stressed out you actually are when you go there. You get massaged. They give you like a lot of good stuff, basically, like kokum juice and like what is it called? Celery juice. All sorts of good stuff, basically, that you might not have on a daily basis. It's you have to be really regimented and also very disciplined to do this for yourself. But it really helps. It resets your body, resets your mind. You come back, you're good for a bit. You're actually good for a bit. It's like a
Like a reset.
it's a reset
Reset.
button. It resets your metabolism. It helps with your whole peristaltic movement. It massages. Anyway, it makes you like, cleanses you and stuff like that. I love it. I go for this. It really helps me because it's stressful. You're dealing with people every day and all sorts of people. Like out of say like 10 people, there will be 3 of them who will stress you out. It's part of life. You need to deal with it. You have to be able to deal. And I do meditate a little bit. I
On
do
a daily
meditate.
basis?
Not daily. I won't say I do, but because I think I'm fine. but no, I do. There are tough days. There are lots of tough days. There are lots of times when things go awfully wrong. There are lots of times when nowadays, like, you know, there's so many things that go wrong at work. I mean, at home, at work, so many things. You're dealing with people at the end of the day. You're not sitting behind like a desk with a computer and dealing with wires. You're dealing with people.
Right.
Things will happen.
And like literally like all the time.
No, things will happen. Things
Yeah.
are catching fire.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, and things are like getting, but you know what, like I'm always ready with plan B, and I'm like, what is the worst that can happen? You return the garment, what is the worst that can happen? So I've like, you know, like also tuned my mind to like, you know, like what is the worst that can happen?
Right.
And patience, you have to be patient
Do you think this has come over time?
over time.
Like
Over time.
initially, was it very hard?
No, I've always been patient with my staff. It's like split personality.
No, but like staff
customers.
versus like customers.
No, I am very patient with my customers. I honestly speaking, I love what I do. I enjoy it.
Right.
And for me, it is not work. So even the people I hire, if they don't feel that this is also not work for them, it doesn't work out for us. We are a family. I spend 70% of my life with my team. And the remaining time I'm sleeping.
So yeah,
Or
if they
eating.
don't resonate with how
If
you
they
work.
don't resonate with my madness, it's tough. But they do. They are as mad. They also think of this place as their family, and they get very aggressive and very like protective about things. And I'm just like, calm down. God,
ज़्यादा हो रहा है.
worse than me. I'm like, calm down. How are you doing? Like my staff was like, you know, like, how can you allow this crying, this fabric thing, stealing print thing?
They were crying.
So upset. I'm like, calm down, guys. We've arrived.
Nice.
Please. But no, but I'm just saying it's tough. It's a very stressful job. We stress every day. Everyone's like losing their shit every day. Like customers are also like fun also. Like sometimes they're like
But tell us
out
like,
of control.
an incident where like customers like literally lost it.
Oh, lots.
Like
Loads.
one that you can't like.
Loads, you have no idea. There's so many nice people also. Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
there are
there's so
amazing-
many nice people.
but-
They'll be like writing essays of how nice I am, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
मैं इतनी अच्छी हूँ.
Acha.
देखो सब लोग. Text में है.
दूसरी side.
दूसरी side, I'll
भी
tell
है.
you. I'll tell you lots. So there's someone, like when I just come here, I could not understand the concept of discounts. I could not understand the concept of discount. क्यों discount? किसके लिए discount? क्या क्यों? What's going on? Now I get it. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's
yeah.
part of your vocab. Discount चाहिए, you know, and I get it. But like in Nagpur, there's no concept of discount and all. Like you give 2 rupees off, I think they'll be happy. Here, 2 rupees, 10 rupees, 100 rupees, you will be like killed. They will never come back. But I get it, it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I learned quick once. So, I was like crying, you know, and I was like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why should I give a discount? I worked so hard for this. And earlier, I used to really like, I was really young and really stupid also at work. Like, I didn't know pricing. I mean, I think, selling things for like ridiculous amounts without even making any money earlier. Like, there were times. And then discount over that. And I'm just like, oh my God, will I be able to pay my rent? And like stuff like that, like I've also like torn my hair out saying, oh my God, my rent kaise bharungi? And there have been days when I've been like, once a year I'd just be like, I think I'm shutting down. I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. But you learn with time. Like you learn with time. And like now discounts just a part of this thing. It's okay, yeah, regard.
Regard कर दो मैडम प्लीज
कर
थोड़ा
दिया.
regard.
And everyone knows everyone, ना. So
Yeah.
मैं आपकी उसकी वो हूँ, मैं इसकी वो हूँ, मैं उसका वो हूँ, इसका वो. Never heard anyone's name. God knows who's who. And I'm like, ठीक है.
Do you have a discount policy or like
No, I mean,
randomly you decide a number? What do you do? I really want to know this because this happens to us.
Like,
a
I
lot
feel
as
like
well.
I struggle with people. Like I'm just
Big
like
struggle.
I to have a face. I'm like,
No, I'm
you're coming to me. You're telling people that you're my friend, but you're not. I only have 2 friends.
I have no friends.
Yeah.
I have no friends nor family. I am not related to anybody. Finished. आपकी ये की वो हूँ, वो की ये हूँ, and I'm like, what the hell? I was like surname same है, वो पता नहीं related है कि नहीं है related यार. What the hell? No, but you have to do it, Vera. Need to do it. Everyone will give discount from now on.
Yeah, we have to. Like, we've also learned the hard
cut
way.
this.
No. This is the most juiciest part.
Proclamation.
Can't cut this. Like,
No, but I do give, and I do like 2 to 3 sales a year. I understand, yeah. It's really heartwarming to see people aspiring to want to buy my brand. No, in today's day and age, when there's so much choice, if you're coming to me, thank you, like really. So, I mean, if sometimes you can't like spend a certain amount. I have the same problem sometimes with other people's things. Like sometimes I aspire to have a certain thing. I cannot. Okay, you just sit tight. If you can't, you buy something else. It's fine. Everyone has a limitation, which I respect. But what I don't respect is, that brazen attitude that, you know what, this is my birthright. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why? I'm like, because like, we are actually designing. And I'm not like actually sitting around buying stuff or copying stuff. I've actually sit and design stuff from scratch. Like, you're paying for my time and my brain. So,
Achha, what is like the minimum amount that, let's say, I would have to buy a piece by Sanjana? Like a minimum, like a price point.
okay, we start at like 6,000.
Okay, so I can, if I have 6,000 in pocket, I can.
See, I can't sell you a crop top for 4. So, that's why 6. If you want a bralette and all, 4,000, come.
Please give me the address.
I'm imagining Sid in a bralette.
I have imagined it already. 2 shelves. Imagine, done.
Your men's line, I hope, is not.
तो 6 है ना, बोला ना 6 है.
Acha, what is the maximum like you've?
Maximum. So, I have designed actually a lot of Indian wear for a very close friend now who has gotten married recently. So I've done lehengas and I've started doing bridal and all, which I quite enjoy, honestly speaking. And for my own sister's wedding, like I really started late because my sister was based in Berlin, Germany. Then after that, there was this long distance coordination going on with all the clothes and all of that. And I was head of clothing department.
Right.
But in the process, I could not do anything for myself. I'm last in everything. I get the rags, rejects and rags are for me. If something is left in the store, then okay, chalo पहन लेंगे. But I'm that person. I don't care. I'm like, बेचो. मेरा जो भी मेरा है बेचो. जो भी बेचना है बेचो. I'll take this. If someone, can I get your coffee? Sure. Please take it. I've sold my earrings. I've sold other people's earrings because people are like, we don't have time to get it. Like, I'm like taking rings off and selling them. They're like, I want this. I'm like, buy. This is real. My mother gave me. She'll sell me if I sell this. I can. Capable. So I'm just saying. So like, what did you ask me?
Maximum amount of like.
So I've sold like a lehenga for around like 2 lakhs. I haven't gotten into very, very high-end bridal.
This is high-end. शुक्र है तेरा ब्याह हो गया नहीं तो 2 लाख का लहंगा लेके देना
No, but my starting price for lehengas and stuff is 55-60. I've targeted a sweet spot in Western also. Like I start from say 4 and then like say a blazer dress or like we do like 21, 18 t-shirt dresses. I've started a very affordable range which is all 10,000. I've started a very affordable range because earlier, I was very happy with like just like a niche buying. Now I'm like, I want numbers. Right. So I'm just like, like it doesn't matter if like 100 people are buying one thing, but I don't want 10 people to buy 100 things. If they are great, but I want 100 people, even if they're 100 people and they're buying one thing each, I'm very happy. Dude, we are in India. This is our time. I mean, in every field, it is the best time to be in this country.
Right.
Like it's crazy. The amount of money here, the recognition, people are so with it. Everyone wants to buy. It's a big circle. There's health, there's fitness, there's recreation, there's your music, there's everything, and we're all interlinked.
And everybody's okay to coexist. Everybody's very
Everyone's okay to coexist. There's enough space for everybody. And it's crazy. And like the best thing about our country is our numbers.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
It's our
And I think
numbers.
the cross branding, which is really happening these days, is really helping
It's always so
everybody.
interesting. Yeah.
Because I think 5 years back it was like I want to like go forward, but baki sare na jaye. Right now it's like
No,
okay,
I
let's
think
everybody go
it's
forward.
good. And that attitude helps.
Yeah.
That attitude is what helps. You can't be like, like trying to like shove someone in a corner, because that's not how you're going to grow. That same person might help you cross promote or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
That's not so like.
I think even in our little bubble in Jalandhar, like
No,
we're
there's
constantly
been
helping
so
each
much
other.
growth.
Like even like I've seen like with your photo shoots, like somebody or the others always like you know
Yeah.
reaching out. Like there was this one in collaboration with I think Wonderland Farms. and
Yeah,
it was absolutely
so
amazing.
great.
It's
We had so much
nice-
fun.
Nice to see
We had
that.
so much fun. It was great actually.
No, but you know what? Like I've heard a lot of things with even like my friend when they give pieces, like how like no recognition, no like not even like if they keep it, they don't. Some pay, some don't. Some are very nice, some are not.
Some are
nice.
very professional, some are great, some aren't. There's a lot of like style teams like in Punjab that I do try and help out sometimes
In Punjab, style team.
for like Punjabi singers.
Oh, okay. And
I like the Punjabi singers. I really do. But their teams
are not.
are dreadful. Like they will take stuff and because you're in Punjab, everyone's like, you're my bro, you're my this, you're my that. We're all from the same state. So I also like, yeah, we are, I'll help you. Yeah, but then you know what happens is like you need to get credit where credit is due, which is really important.
Yeah.
And though I'm not that crazy about it, but you need to get a bit of credit where credit is due. And you need to return the pieces in a proper condition, yeah. Not like it's come out of a freaking well. So
Yeah.
like there are certain teams that are so professional, they'll ask for it. Like we get style requests every day from Bombay, from wherever, Delhi, even from like music videos in Punjab. So there are some teams that if they don't use it, they send it back immediately because they're running teams. Like, this is what they do every single day. But there are smaller teams that I think they need to get a little more professional. That's what sometimes I feel people lack, which is what has changed here, which I love so much. So many people have like now started being more professional. I've always worked in that way here. Whether I was small, whether I was like medium sized, whatever it was, because I've always I've always done like say Fashion Week, and I've always dealt with celebs, and I've styled movies, magazines, blah 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 blah. So there is a certain level of professionalism that should be there that I feel some teams lack. That's my only problem.
do you think it's improving in terms of like are they
100%.
learning?
100%. People are improving in terms of you won't survive if you're unprofessional. I would never give that item back to that person. Finished. You lost your chance. Relationships are very important
Right.
now.
Absolutely.
You have one chance. If you're lucky, you get two, but you don't. You have one chance.
One
If
chance.
you fuck up, that person's
You're
not
done.
coming back. So same with me. If I don't have, no one has time. Like we're all in this mad rigmarole. Like, oh my god, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, everyone.
Time is, yeah.
Yeah, but even that I've like, this is why I go to these wellness spas. And then my
retreats.
mom's like, you're not running out of time.
Hmm.
You have enough. I'm like, no, mommy, I'm becoming old now. She's like, you're not. Relax. I'm like, no, you are. Like, anyway, so
What question did you have?
It's completely like I'm just listening to Farah. It's like completely skipped my mind. I'll come back to that.
you were asking me about stylists.
I was asking about
Celeb
stylists.
stylist. I used to work with Elle magazine as well, like during my summer holiday chutti from London. So I
In India?
Yeah,
Okay.
in India. I worked in India also actually. This was my first. This is the best thing ever. I worked with Elle magazine, and magazines were thriving at that point.
Right.
And being with a magazine was like wow,
A big deal.
a very very big deal. And the editor of the magazine was Nonita Kalra. She was one of the top editors, like Devil Wears Prada kind of
Right.
thing. If there's someone who is actually my mentor, it's her. Like unbelievable. Like I interned there for 2 months. the amount of responsibility that I was given, like from day 2, I had to like help in organizing a shoot. I was an intern, but then interns are made to do stuff. Like 5:30 a.m. I had to like organize a shoot and stuff like that, which was happening in Karjat, which happened with all big models, big designers, your makeup artists and stuff like that. And all of them have become so big now, and I've worked with like stars, celebs for covers of magazines. I have styled so many covers for magazines. My clothes have been used as well, been featured in the same magazine. So it's just been amazing. And then for Gen Next, the most amazing thing was that basically Gen Next is this fashion show that it picks like say 6 to 8 designers from the whole country, and the amount of applications you get in is insane. It's crazy. So like it's a big feat if you get selected for Gen Next. It's like Generation Next designers. I came back from London. I had done my first collection, university collection, which was a winter wear collection based on wool and collars and all of that.
Right.
Okay, very very avant-garde, very fashion, but totally unwearable. I didn't sell a piece. But I got selected. In the fashion world, it was a big thing in the sense you got recognition and a lot of critical acclaim. But like commercially, I sold zero. So I'm just saying, the person who was there on the panel also to select me for Gen Next at that point, I didn't even know. There was Manish Malhotra, there were so many other people, and then there was Nonita Kalra, who I interned with.
Oh, wow.
So she told me when I got selected, she was like, do you know I was on the panel? And I'm so proud of you and all of that. I was just like, till date, I look up to her so much because you should have, she was my first boss. You should have a little bit of fear, but also a lot of like friendship. But you need to have there has to be a line. That's when you learn, because you look up. You need to look up to someone.
Yeah. Inspiration, like
pals,
a mode of...
It's not happening.
Yeah, agreed.
A mode of inspiration. I remember this is, I think, I don't know, probably one of her designs very, very clearly, which was initially very big, the ones with the swans.
The flamingo.
The flamingo ones.
So the flamingo print was also...
And I think somebody was, I don't remember the celebrity, but some celebrity was wearing it. And I remember, and I was like, oh my God, this girl is from Jalandhar. And she's made it to the fashion week.
Yeah.
And like, it was like, and I was like a young girl, you know, like trying to like find my path. And then I remember this very
was I
clearly.
here already?
I think you were here.
No, I was.
You
of
weren't?
course I was. I started that print I launched here.
So was that like a eureka moment? The flamingo print
flamingo
was where
print
it all
was where-
exploded.
Who was wearing it?
Basically what happened was the print was picked up by Cosmopolitan, and Nargis Fakhri was on the cover with my outfit.
Yeah.
And Sonakshi Sinha wore it first. All
Right,
right.
right.
After that, it was like some mad domino effect. 16 celebrities wore it in
Oh
a
my
span
God.
of 10 days, back to back for movie promotion. Kriti Sanon, your Nargis Fakhri, Ileana De Cruz, Sonakshi Sinha, Pariniti Chopra. I mean, there were quite, I can't even remember right now, but there were like so many, and Kiara Advani, quite a few. So then there were like 16 celebs that wore it back to back, got featured everywhere. I got featured in Vogue, Elle, you name it, Grazia, new designer to look out for, Harper's, everything.
Right.
And yeah, it took off from there. And then I became a print designer by default, by the way. I was
Where
never a print
was
designer.
this inspired from?
France. So it was from one of my travels in France, south of France, when I'd seen all these flamingos flocking and all of that. And it was a very nascent collection, very simple, not complicated, but one of the best collections I've ever done. I am bringing it back because when I launched it very tiny and like very small range.
Right.
It wasn't like mass produced either. Not that I mass produced, but it was really not produced much. Not enough people could get it. It's still one of the most fresh resort wear pieces. I can still, the thing with my prints is I don't like them to age. They have to be like ageless
Absolutely.
prints.
Right.
So I bring back all my prints every year. I've done over 24, 34 I don't even know anymore because we do so many color options. I bring back all my prints every year. So in my store, if you come, you will find the entire barrage of prints which I've started till now. And if you're a consumer, like, you know, like if you like, say, my flamingo print, or you like my latest, like, say, sword print, or whatever, chandelier print, if you don't have a piece from every collection, you can still buy. So I really like, my USP is like, you know what, if you buy 3 Farah Sanjana pieces, it's not the end. Like sometimes what happens with designers is they don't do that many options or like variations. Like I love to do that because I don't want you going anywhere.
Of course.
So you want me to do
Me too.
Indian, you want me to do bacche ka kapda, you want me to do anything, I will
Do it. You're basically selling
I will
things.
do it.
Yeah, you'll
Because
do things that people want you to do.
I will do it.
And
And I
I think-
learned the hard way. I was a little like annoying in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Like I will only do what
I will only do what I want to do.
to do. Yeah.
Well, I learned fast.
I have a question for you. Will we see the flamingo design for men as well?
I've done it.
You've done it?
Yes.
Wow, why do I don't know
I think
about
Varun
this?
Dhawan has won it.
Varun Dhawan has worn my bomber jackets. But Ayushman has worn my fish print, Ayushman Khurrana. And Siddharth Malhotra, Fawad Khan, all my bomber jackets. So
पहले
fun
ही
stuff.
पा लिया यार लोगों ने. Disappointed right now.
Right.
Just kidding. Just
There's
kidding.
also, I don't know if you remember, Farah did this whole thing with rappers, right?
Wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper
Yeah,
in COVID. Do you
I
remember?
remember
She
that.
made
I
like
was-
this really fancy dress out of it.
Yeah. Basically,
And-
like, you know, like during lockdown, like, I was bored. And
You did lots of
I
things
did
during
a
lockdown.
lot of things in lockdown. I auditioned for a movie.
Oh, okay.
I auditioned for a show. I auditioned. And I did the audition here for the first time and I got the role.
Oh,
It
Okay.
was for an OTT.
acha.
They're still trying to like push it. But I was a cop. I went to Bangalore. During COVID. Yes.
I think I've seen pictures of you
Yes, I
as a
had to
cop,
color
right?
my hair jet black the minute I reached. They're like, ye nahi chalega.
You were a cop.
I was a cop, like a really like mean, foul-mouthed cop. It was an English show that we shot for. The directors were from LA. I auditioned like just
Achha
for
ji.
fuck's sake, like why not? And I got it. I was like, ab kya? Fat gayi, fuck, what do I do? Now what? I was speaking to my friend who studied filmmaking in LA on video. He was like, you can't keep twitching and like, you know, you can't keep your mouth freaking straight. And I have given such a professional audition. All the actors who actually like, actors are not going to care about white background, kya pehen rahe ho and what's happening, get your hair done. I did it properly. And we shot it here, part shot it. This part
Okay.
of this. Oh my god. And then got the role, went and learned lines, had a script, was with actual actors, and they were like, oh, so you're an artist from the north and all, you're an actor from the north. No, I'm actually a designer. This is just
My side
This
business.
is just me getting bored in lockdown.
just me here chilling.
That's
And I
very
forgot
cool.
my lines also. It was like I was nervous, man. I was like with actual actors.
Actors.
And they were like, you know, give me my cue and this and that.
Right, right.
कौन सा क्यू मेरे को इनका भी याद करना पड़ेगा, खुद का तो कुछ याद नहीं है. I have to learn their cue also. And I'm like sweating, spastic, like really scared. But I did it, and it was during COVID, and it was a mad experience. Like,
Is
I
it
was
like fully shot?
fully shot.
So why hasn't it
I'll
aired?
release it, I think. You release it.
Done.
हाँ.
कर दें फिर. चलो
बस.
ये done हो गया.
So, it was a proper show. Like, what was my name? I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but chal.
Ah, we'll see it when I'm
But
sure
I
it'll
was,
come
I mean, I literally dyed my hair jet black. I was like this very mean cop, abusing. My mom and dad, they saw the clip. They were like, oh, isn't this a little? It's like, don't watch it then. Don't watch it. Isn't this like a little too much for India? I was like, yeah, but like, don't watch it then.
Acha, I want to quickly dwell into your fitness regime because I've actually met you at Inqilab when you were working out with us. So you said you've struggled with weight issues earlier in life. And like, how have you like continuously managed to keep that weight off? Like, what do you follow in terms of diet?
And I would also like to add to that, you're constantly traveling and
Yeah.
traveling a lot. So, like I remember when you were coming to the gym, there was a lot of you couldn't make it half the time because you were traveling. So how do you keep
Yeah.
up?
So now I've come to terms with the fact that traveling is actually my real life. And when I'm actually at home, that's
Holiday.
holiday.
Okay.
So traveling is my life. I'm always on a flight or a train or in a car or on the move. I love it. But then you need to figure your shit out, right? You can't just be like, you can't make excuses. And honestly, now I do try to get in at least 3, even if I can, 3.5 workouts a week, because I cannot work out 6 times a week. It doesn't work out. I'm traveling, out of that 2 days I'm in a flight or whatever. And I do keep one day really light. Like one day, like Tuesdays anyway is vegetarian in here. So like I'm like, anyway there's nothing to eat. Might as well starve. No, not starve. I don't starve at all. I'm someone who loves food. But like I keep it light. I'll go like, light, salt free, and like I'll have smoothies and like easy stuff, because you need to balance out for all that mad traveling, because you get so dehydrated. You get so much water retention. You like, I mean, there's a lot, like it takes time to like, say 5 days traveling sets you back 5 days.
And it's not that you can't do, you have to do it.
And I have to travel, and this is how it is now. So like I work out in the hotel room.
Okay.
Hotels have gyms. Work out as much as you can. Like I was in Delhi right now. I went, like I worked out every day in the gym, and the cold plunge and all, like dying, minus 15 degree. Like I'm doing all of this, and like just taking care of what you eat, honestly. That's the main thing, right?
Like, do you portion control? Do you?
I eat nice.
How many meals do you have in a day?
3.
3 meals.
I mean, I eat clean.
Clean food.
As much as
Whole
I can.
food.
As much as I can. And the beauty is when you travel, you get what you want.
Right.
You don't have to constantly like, rummage around for, oh my god, avocado hai ki nahi? Salmon nahi hai? That's why when you guys have got salmon here, I'm your biggest fan. I don't think you know that. I'm not sure you realize that. I don't go anywhere else. I'm always
Thank
here.
you.
Because
Thank
I'm just like, I get my eggs, I get my avocado, I get my salmon, I get my almond milk. Why am I going anywhere? I'm dying and getting my own. I used to take my own almond milk to all the coffee shops.
Acha.
I used to pay for, I don't know what, putting the almond milk in the ice in the coffee.
Love this. Farah.
Yeah.
Almond milk.
I used to carry my almond milk everywhere. Like, ye use karna.
So 3.5 workouts a week and watching what you eat.
Yeah.
Portion control. That makes
I
sense,
mean,
right?
there's
Absolutely.
how else do you do it?
Yeah.
And if I'm here for like long periods, which is very rare, I think the longest I'm going to be here now is probably 2 weeks, because I think I'm under house arrest. But but I'm just saying, like, that's when I decide, okay, fine, I can like join a gym or do something. Unfortunately, I wish I could like play a lot more sport.
Yeah, I've seen you. I've seen you
Because
run.
I used to play basketball for like the state.
Oh, okay.
I used to actually play basketball, and
Amazing.
I used to love that. And now I mean, like, you don't get to play that much sport. Though at Inqilab, I used to love it actually. And I was told I was very like aggressive as well and like mean while playing. I'm actually I didn't know I was competitive. I realized when someone told me while playing basketball, like, it's a game.
You were mean, that's why you got the mean cop role, right?
Yeah.
They probably saw that and you were like, oh,
Yeah,
Naturally,
I
yeah.
was like this
Naturally aata hai.
mean cop. And first what role I auditioned for? I auditioned for the girl next door. Like, ये नहीं होगा मेरे से. Girl next door, shy and weird shit. Girl next door. I'm like, this is not happening.
mean cop is good.
Mean
Mean
cop
cop
is more
is
like-
fine.
it's feeling more
Screaming and
natural.
shouting, because it came very naturally. And they were very happy when they were, and the best thing is when they actually like did the credits and all of that, because I'm a designer also at the end of the day, and I love to
Yeah,
dress up
yeah.
and all. I am being used
Oh, they did? That's
for like a
amazing.
lot of like there were like a lot of like credits, and there was a little sort of a reel or something I was put up at some point, and I wasn't a mean cop normally I'm like, I like dressing up and stuff, so I was being used. I was like, yeah, designers killed it.
Designer / actor.
So I'm waiting, yeah. If it was there, I could at least change that. I just want to change it on my Instagram. That's all.
Aa jaye.
You'll
You're
write
ready. You're
actor.
ready for that. Your bio
That
needs
is
to
all
change.
I
You can
want.
still write it. I mean, technically you acted now, na?
Yeah, like
You just
We've
write
seen
it.
we've
Chalo.
seen stories.
Change
Yeah,
karte
yeah,
hain.
हाँ.
Technically, you actually went to a professional like camera team,
dude, I was
and
shitting.
Yeah.
I was so
You've done it.
nervous.
You've done it.
Absolutely sure.
I was so nervous. I still have that script, and I was like, "How do you like?" And guess who was helping me with the direction? And all? Intern was reading my lines, and I'm like doing this rehearsal in my studio before with my intern, and I'm like, how am I doing this? Like, I literally learned it like that, and then auditioned here, and then they were like, "Yeah, you're selected. Come to
Very
Bangalore."
cool, yeah, very cool.
In my PPE kit, went alone.
Oh,
Like
shit.
PPE kit, top to bottom. No one was traveling then.
My God.
Nobody was traveling
Traveling.
then. And right before that, I was shooting a lot of reels. You know, the thing is, earlier you could hire models and stuff, right? During COVID, there was no scope of anything. So I was like, okay, now I have to turn muse for my brand. By default, everything happened by default. I had to turn muse for my brand, and I started making all these different reels, and I've done like a lot of body positivity reels. And you know what I'm going to tell you about is we did a lot of body positivity representation for women, plus size, every size actually. What's lacking is male representation of body positivity, which you do not see.
You don't
will
see,
see
that's
age
right.
appropriate representation. Like right now, I went for a show for Couture, Week Sid Titler's show. You saw a lot of models of different age groups.
Right.
All right, men included. You saw a lot of plus size female models. Where are the plus size male models, yeah? Are you telling me all men are fit?
That's actually true.
Not
There are
really.
They're
none.
not fit. They're not fit. Yeah.
There are none.
There are none. Yeah.
I am telling you.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, where the fatties at?
You should do something.
No,
with
so
them.
I'm just like, yeah, we need to like represent them because it's such a big loophole.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
Why
wants
isn't
to
anyone
dress up.
talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like really. But yeah, so it's just been great. So went to Bangalore, did all of that, came back, then applied for a competition also in LA. So basically, there was this company called Style PR, and
alright.
they're this LA-based PR company. Fantastic. Like that was one of my goals. Like they dressing J Lo and Beyonce and everyone.
Nice.
And I think 2 years ago, I applied for this competition. It was like a competition for designers from an ethnic minority, and I am from an ethnic minority. If you look about it, Parsi is there. I think there's 64,000 in the world. It's very rare. Only Parsi in Punjab.
That's
You're the
true.
only Parsi in
Who
Punjab.
else? Tell me.
And you're the only Baniya Parsi in the world.
World.
That's
With South Indian and
The Punjabi.
gene and everything.
Yeah.
Khichdi. So yeah, so I applied ethnic minority and all of that. Applied, and I got a call. So basically, the application was due and the call was due on Diwali. I didn't do anything for Diwali because I was like, call aayega, main nahi ja rahi hu. And I was here sitting at home eating laddus, and I got a call saying that, you know, hi Farah and whatever, we're calling you from LA and stuff. And they were like, you know, we really liked your application and stuff like that. Your stuff is very different. It's very like it. I had submitted like a collection which I had done my first digital show with Lakme. It was called Reset Restart, and it was all like upmarket streetwear, very like international, not ethnic or whatever. So they really liked it. They selected one American-based designer as number one, and there was no number two spot. They created a second place for me because they were like, we really want to
wow.
promote your brand. So I got like free PR as the prize for like 9 months, which is something unreal because at that time I couldn't afford it. And I got like to dress like Hollywood celebrities and like celebrities that went for Grammys, Emmys, and music videos, Brandy, and like rappers and all. And I was like, oh my God, this is my calling. So that was actually something that I achieved on my own with my sister, actually sitting in Berlin and like proofreading everything because she's like crazy. Like she was in Stanford and she was working with the European Union and she's working with the UN and she's a professor and a doctor, and I'm just like my younger sister.
Right.
And she was like, this is not the way to write a CV. This is not the way to write an application. I'm like, help. Help then. She was like, what is this? You know, like I never fought with my sister on this thing. We were like, this is where a creative person and a
like a practical, logical
logical
person comes in.
Big.
Yeah.
who writes papers and stuff for the government, right? And then you're dealing with this madhouse. Papers flying everywhere.
No, but I think it's a good combination. It
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely is. And
she's also very creative. She was also actually, she changed her full profession and field later. She was also in advertising first. My first model, I started off on my roof in Nagpur. My sister was my model for Gen Z when I applied for the Generation Next concert.
Achha.
Right.
A concert. Fashion show. My sister was my model on the roof. My dad's Canon and my dad's into photography. And my sister was my muse. She was my model. And I was the photographer, come editor, everything, style director, everything. And I shot my London College of Fashion University collection and submitted that like on hangers and random. My sister, I did her makeup. She did her own makeup and hair and all. Got in. Life was easy.
Wow, no, I don't think it's easy. It's,
Life wasn't easy, but life was good.
yeah.
Now, oh my god.
I think not easy because I feel like that
No,
was enough.
That was enough. Actually, I didn't know any better. I had no time. Someone just suggested it to me. You've come back. Why don't you apply for this? I was like, okay. I applied, got in. After that, like I've done 9 shows at Fashion Week at Lakme, including that. But after that, I applied for Fashion Week many a time. I got rejected left, right, and center. Okay,
Right.
and I was like, how can this happen? I've got into Gen Next. How can this happen? You're only as good as your last show. You're only as good as your last collection. If you don't reinvent and upgrade and update yourself so regularly, you're done.
Right.
That sometimes I feel is a problem. But I mean, you either do it or you take the other path and you don't do it. So there's so many people now who have stepped back and are like, they don't want to go in this fast rat race or whatever. So I'm in the middle. Like of course I want to do it as well, but I also am not going to try like kill myself trying to do it. So I've come to that
Your balance.
Balance.
I've reached a balance where I'm
Right.
like, you know what, everyone can do. You can't compare yourself with everybody.
Or
You
like
need to
anybody. I feel
try
like-
and be on your own path, but keep
Absolutely.
upgrading and keep achieving and keep becoming better for yourself. That's very important.
That
right
is very
now.
important.
I mean, you owe it to
Absolutely.
yourself. If you worked like for a while, and you owe it to yourself to grow. No one
Agreed.
else.
Agreed. I also feel like what I take back from this conversation is that like Farah is extremely hardworking. Like you've like from probably
working forever.
school and to like going to London School of Fashion
Yeah.
and to like making it, going to LA or like doing those photo shoots on your rooftop. I feel like there's a lot that has gone into
Yeah.
making the Farah that she is today.
For sure.
And I feel like that is something that we don't usually hear or
Yeah.
see. I feel like we only see like the Farah traveling or the Farah's collection
Yeah.
or like something new dropping
Yeah.
or like we, meet socially.
Yeah.
But I feel like, this is something that nobody's ever spoken about. We
There's
don't
too much.
There's a lot.
Imagine
There's
if
a
I
lot.
corner you tomorrow at Zoka and I'm like, you better listen to my life story, Vera. You need to know.
No,
You'll
but
be
I
like,
think
oh my god, I'm blocking this girl. Talks too
No, but
much.
I'm saying it's absolutely amazing. Like I feel like nobody
Yeah.
knows about this, and everybody should know
No.
this side of you because it's a very interesting side of you, and it's not easy. Like I don't know if people think it's easy or it's been easy for you, but I feel like there's a lot that has been accomplished, a
Yeah.
lot that has been added to the checklist, and you
Yeah.
move forward, which is amazing. And also like I love I realize that that I feel like Farah's also like she started work here in Punjab.
So there's a very, like, it's very close to me now. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter where I move or
Yeah.
where I go and
Yeah.
all now. I mean, I've lived a very big part of my life here. And I've
absolutely.
met so many great people. I've
Right.
grown with them. People have seen me grow. People have encouraged me so much. People who would, tell me first. It was a little bit of a conservative market.
Absolutely, yes.
Also, Punjab wasn't very multicultural. Everyone here was mainly Punjabis. Like, I mean, but like, because I've come from my own family, we are so multicultural. I've studied in like places where there's so many different people. I think that has anyway helped me become more patient and accepting, because I love people from like all different like walks of life, different backgrounds. I find it very interesting, in fact.
Right.
So like I think maybe that has helped me also with my associations with people, acceptance, patience, all of that. And I mean, a large part of it stems from the fact that, you know, like people here have actually been very accepting. Even though I came at a time when Western wear here was
not
not
such a
a
big
very
deal.
big deal.
But I also feel like you've also sort of adjusted with people. Like don't
made them think that I've
don't
adjusted.
and don't no. I think
I trust me, I have a real power of very
course.
silently, straight-facedly like brainwashing.
Is it?
No, I'm kidding. But like in the beginning, like the concept of like really strappy halters and all here was like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's my best-selling top in Punjab.
Now.
Oh.
I am like back cover karna hai? I'm asking, you know, like they're like no problem at all. So I'm just saying everything goes one round circle, and
circle.
things have changed so much, and it's just everything is happening for the better. Touch wood, everything is growing. The culture scene here is so crazy. It's a vibe. I mean, and it's all interlinked. And I mean, everyone's growing together, and I love it. I love it that everyone's growing together. And honestly speaking, you know, like I'm not going to ever be that person now, like, oh my God, you're from a small town and why do you like care and this, that, and the other. No, because it is these cities that are actually growing, and if you don't, I actually support everyone here who tries to do new things. I like it. I get happy because it's helping me as well. If there are no places to go, where are you going to wear my clothes?
Then you're running out to another. Exactly, you're running out.
And that's
somewhere
why
else.
I'm running around here and there like a mad person. You know, like, I love it. I'm not going to complain. But I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I started looking inwards little late in the day. I used to, like, do a lot of stalking. I still do in Bombay, Delhi, everywhere. I still do. But that has not become my only priority now. Now I look inwards. I have this entire state, which not too many people have. And like when I was in Nagpur, I could not cater to a Pune and a Nasik and a Bombay, yes, but Bombay is different. I could not cater to the other cities in the state. Here you are getting a chance to cater to Ludhiana, Chandigarh, Amritsar, Fagwara, your whatever tiny cities, towns. And how can you complain?
Yeah.
You're getting a state.
Absolutely.
So no complaints. And when people complain, I'm just like, backs will be given. Never complain. You can take it in 2-3 ways. Yeah, like so many people have come and they like keep complaining, and I could have also run for my life. Honestly,
You could have easily run.
I could have run for the hills, like literally, like been like, what is going on? Because earlier I really couldn't understand what's going on. Okay, like I couldn't read. My biggest thing was when I landed in Amritsar, everything was written in Punjabi, so I couldn't understand what's happening, and that is the only thing that scared me. Everything else I managed. And yeah, but like you suck it up.
Yeah.
Really.
Agreed. देखो जी पंजाब का कोई मुकाबला नहीं.
Exactly. Really.
She loves it.
I love it here.
She loves.
No, I would
Very-
not be
very-
anywhere else. Seriously.
But be here, right?
Like if I imagine, I sometimes I think if I was in some other state or something, I don't think I would have survived. Like it's madness here.
I think everybody has been welcoming, and I think you've also been very like you've been like chalo koi nahi, let's move on. I think you have a very good way to like
Very resilient.
very resilient. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's been a blast. Yeah.
no complaints.
No
complaints.
complaints. Okay, guys, I think short of time, so we are going to go to our next segment, which is rapid fire with Veera.
Yeah, we just basically are doing this for the first time, so
Fun.
it should be fun. Okay, so rapid fire, rapid.
Very.
Okay, one celebrity you like to dress.
Sonam Kapoor.
Amazing.
Liked or like?
Like to dress.
Sonam.
Liked. You like to dress.
Sonam. I love Sonam.
You love so much. And somebody you aspire to dress?
I've not dressed Deepika. I really am dying to dress her. I think she's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable style.
Okay, great. One person that you think, not person, maybe celebrity, I think it'll be much easier. Your design or your fashion aesthetics don't in line with them. One person.
God, are you going to kill me or something?
No one?
Can't.
You can say
you
skip.
can't.
You can
Okay,
say
ठीक है.
I'll be incarcerated after this. Yeah.
Okay, do you like sketching or scribbling with, of course, you've answered this before,
Yeah.
with a pen on a paper or on Corel, like on the
Pen and paper.
Okay, great.
Flying, you have to see my bag. It's a bottomless pit of papers. Like hell.
Vintage or new?
I think a mix of both.
A mix of
It
both.
has to be a mix of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 things that you cannot do without while you're like in your zone scribbling.
My phone, my charger, and my paper and pen.
Your paper and pen. 4
That's
four
fine,
things
yeah, that's
technically.
fine.
But,
Chalo.
okay.
How to write, yeah, without
Okay. One favorite piece of clothing.
pants.
Like-
so yeah, basically I'm like a black pant fiend. Like I have like I don't even know how many black pairs of pants in my cupboard. You enter my cupboard, it's like a black hole.
Is
You
it
will
like
find
any-
nothing
any
except
form of
black,
pants or just-
any form of black pant? And
Okay.
and trust me, I have designed like people have started coming to me for black trousers. Only black trousers. I call them magic pants.
Magic
Come
pants.
to me.
I think I should come for magic pants.
Trust me, you will never go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. Describe a fashion disaster.
Oh my god. Too much shimmer,
Too much shimmer.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't handle.
Okay. A must-have clothing piece.
I think everyone needs a pair of good trousers and a good crop top.
Everybody needs magic pants.
Everyone needs magic pants.
That
You
should
will
be on-
forget your Spanx and everything else.
Okay. Heels, flats, or sneakers?
Sneakers now.
Okay. Perfect.
बुढ़ी हो गई हूँ यार. Seriously. Earlier it was heels, only heels. Then I was like, oh wow, this is
So
changed my
comfortable.
life.
This is comfortable.
And then when I have to go back to heels, I'm barefoot.
No, I've seen you wear, even with your Indian designs, you're wearing sneakers.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Deal with it. My mom's like, can you stop dressing up like a boy all the time nowadays? Like, I go back to Nagpur and there's so much pressure. Like, you know, like, wear heels, you know, like, you're going to meet my friends. And like, I was like, this is what it is. Big shirt, dheela pants, disgustingly torn jeans, sneakers. Be
Live with
happy
it.
you're getting a blow dry. Please be happy.
Nice. Okay, a piece of advice that you've received that you've really carried with you all throughout till now.
So basically, 2 things. There's one of the main, I think, most valuable thing is show up. If you don't show up at work, anywhere actually, in any field or whatever, you just need to show up. Half of your job is done. Even if you work, say 10%, but if you actually show up, I think you'll never be back. You'll never go back. Like, you'll never, like, you know, have to take 10 steps back or restart or whatever. Just show up at work or at home or for someone. Rest, everything falls into place.
Absolutely.
And I think also, like, my dad has always, in Parsis, like, we have this thing called good words, good thoughts and good deeds. I really strive by this. Certainly, I'm not very, very religious. I'm not. But I do believe in, like, a few things. And sometimes I can be, like, really weirdly superstitious. And, like, if there's a black cat, I won't move. But otherwise, like, I think your religion nowadays is supposed to be, like, good stuff. Yeah. Like, you need to, like, religion for me, as I'm saying, is always, like people. It's like people, places, cultures, good words, good thoughts, good deeds. This is, for me, this is more important than, like, you know, like, say, like, praying and I mean religiously going, like,
Right.
aimlessly doing that, but then actually coming back home and being, like, not a really great person. That's
Right.
not the way things should be.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Any closing thoughts?
Nothing. What's for dinner? What's for lunch at Dhoka?
Salmon, avocado, and eggs.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. Wonderful. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I certainly have. Farah, thank you for being here.
Thank
It was
you for
a-
being here.
Actually,
I
it
was
was a
waiting.
pleasure.
कब call करेंगे यार?
It was actually
थोड़ा
हो गया
ज़्यादा
time?
time हो गया,
What
थोड़ा
time
time
हो
हो
गया?
है ना?
I was only gonna be like,
No,
listen.
we were being prepared na, for like having
Madness.
a person
Hardly
like you
madness.
here. Guys, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Share it. And if you like this
it.
content, please go into the comments. Tell us how you're liking this. What else would you like to see? Make sure you subscribe. And we'll have more content coming your way very soon. And once again, Farah, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And
Thank
it's been
you
an absolute
for-
pleasure. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
Thank you.